Hello once again, and welcome to Steve's Backyard Bonsai. Today I'm going to be pruning up my larch forest, which is trying to have a new name. I think it's going to be my larch tree line roadway, or my roadway with a larch tree line. So tree line and roadway have to be in the title, and I haven't really gelled on that yet. But today I want to clean it up a little bit, and I need to prune the trees to size. There is no reason to have a forest like this if you're not going to maintain it constantly. That is my commitment to this. That's my commitment to you. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is so that I can maintain my commitments to you. All right. Let's get started. I think this is a good viewing angle for what I'm trying to do. And just to explain, this is the tree line. And these are the smallest trees, the youngest trees. So I don't want them any taller than this, at least for the next spurt of growth. So the first thing I want to do is just cut them off at the point where I can probably get a new leader to grow. And here is that new leader right here. So I'm looking for buds further down on the branch. There are some low down, but I think I need to cut it to here to stimulate the bud that I believe could lead this tree. Now, the tight conical shape if that's the leader, that comes back to here. There's no branch opposite it, which is good. I've got one going toward the inside, which I don't want at this height. I'm going to take that off. This next one down, I'm trying to stick to the, well, let me take this to here while I'm talking. I'm trying to stick to the concept that you trim it down after it has changed color. And this does not look like it has changed color. I do see a bud right there. So I'm cutting that back. Now, I'm going to have to try that defluffing method that I saw Nigel do, which is just yanking down on the lower foliage of the branch that you're trying to save, which will, on some of these soft branches, it's not comfortable to do this. But here's where you're relying on the expertise of those who've come before you. and keep watching, and I'll let you know whether I'm successful or not. Okay, so moving further down, this branch goes to the inside, but I need something there. So I'm trying to see the structure on that branch. And this is where I'm dreaming about defoliation, but I'm going to do that. I'll look at that naturally when it defoliates itself. Removing needles so I can see what's going on. Hopefully not disturbing a bud. Is that the same branch? It's so hard to see. Yeah. This branch down here divides into 3. So if I remove the inner part of that, if I can find it, this is for me to see what's going on and for you. All right, so there is a dead stub. This branch took a turn and divided into 3. One is going up. Take that one off. I see no buds here, but there is a change in color. So I'm going to take a chance. And, you know, helpful and respectful feedback is what I'm hoping for. And I know there are some experts out there, which floors me, who would actually comment on my work. Floors me in a good way. Okay, these 2 branches are very long. Once again, oh, I do see a bud here, kind of on the upside. You know, in this case, I'm going to have to remove something from a neighboring tree, maybe before I'm ready to remove it. I'll try not to. Reduce that down. It's going to be brutal watching me do this, guys. Every time I pass this tree, I keep thinking to myself, you know, I started this journey. I got to be the one that finishes it. This is just too long. I'm hoping for the best there. Oh, there's that smell. That is lovely. All right, do I want these low branches? No, I don't. Luca, am I gonna have to cut that out? All right. Not aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to leave this bottom branch. It's a young tree, but things die on young trees too. And I'm going to take the growth off the lower tips, the lower parts of these branches. And I'm just going to have to refine it over time. And hope it doesn't die. Okay. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I got to get these heights under control. And that's my main objective right now. I'm going to look for signs of recovery, and I will refine this in private sessions over the summer. Next smallest tree has got to be this one. So I'm here now with my height. So I've got to look for an appropriate height and an appropriate branch to cut this tree to. And it could be slightly larger. I'm going to have a smaller tree here, is the plan. It could be slightly larger than that one, because I do have a nice branch here that could make a good leader. This one is already becoming a leader. I guess I want to think about how I'm looking at this tree. You know what, I'm going to zoom in on the canopy a little closer. Might make this easier. In this view, you can pretty much see all the trees. There is a tree peeking out from this one, but all you got to do is move an inch. So, looking up at the canopy, concentrating on this tree. Where is the ideal leader? There's one going up the back that is going in an upward direction, and then this one out the front. That is a little taller than that tree. I'm going to go to there and see what I can do to train that branch up. There is an upward facing bud just a little ways back on that branch. And I want to simplify the foliage at the apex. I like that there's a back branch, but I'm going to go way short with it. I do see a bud there. This one has a bud. Upward and downward facing buds there. Here's a dead stub. which I like, but it goes off in a funny direction, so I'm going to trim it to its radial portion. Oh wait, it has a branch underneath it. I'll take the whole dead portion off and trim to a bud. Now, this tree has really done a good job of, all by itself, of maintaining its distance from a neighboring tree. This neighboring tree, I'm going to take this bottom branch off. This has bud there. Let's see what that does. It's the lower part of that branch. I'm going to shorten the upper one to an outward facing bud. Now it's kind of up and out. Okay, that's got this conical in the back. Let me work on having it be conical in the front. Meaning this side and this side. Then I got to come along and get it conical here, or roughly conical. I have an outward and a downward facing bud there, so we'll see what the tree gives me, and I'll go with that. I think this is a redundant branch. I have one in the back that's kind of neat. This one divides. Bud there. And a bud there. I do want this a little more forward. To a bud there. Take the tip off of that. Then I'm going to have to come in and defuzzify. Take a look at it from that side. I've got this tilted up in the back slightly also. Bud there. Some dead wood here. Not attractive dead wood. Some dead wood here, which is probably the result of me not following some cardinal rule that I just don't know yet. If you see me doing that, let me know. Okay, rough conical shape. Yeah, I guess so. This one's got some problems. I'm going to go in on this tree now. And, okay, I missed recording there for a couple of minutes. I hope you didn't miss too much. I'm on this tree now. And some of the interference from this little tree here is because of the angle of that tree. So, much like I've done with some of my other plantings, I'll probably go in with a straight piece of wire to adjust the heights, to adjust the angles of some of these trees, and hopefully that'll work. How many of you out there would like me to go into fast motion? Raise your hands. All right. I'll do it. I want to give you a sense of some of the progress. This is what I've been trying to achieve. Not always so successful, but these trees are vigorous, and now that more light is getting into there, hopefully I'll have more choices. And there is some more defluffing that has to happen on all of these trees, which I'll do over time. A big issue I'm having now is how high the last 4 trees want to be. This one is the smallest of those. So I'm going to choose a height for this tree that's pretty much as high as it is now. With this being the leader. And I'll thin this tree out. Okay, this leader has a bud just below where I cut, headed up. Clean out some of the needles here. This would be the competing apex, and I don't want that. The smell is fantastic. There's a bud just below where I just cut. This branch competes with that.